When blood turns cold in the House of Windsor. The tension between father and son has been simmering for years, but now it seems King Charles has finally had enough. After yet another act of royal defiance by Prince Harry, one that insiders say crossed every line, the king has responded not with words, but with consequences. Is this the moment the royal family fractures forever? Or is Charles playing a longer, more brutal game? Stay with us as we uncover the shocking move Harry made and the quiet, calculated revenge that might just end the feud once and for all. The monarchy has been bruised by scandals before, but never by its own blood so publicly. This isn't just another royal rift. This could be the event that redefines the future of the crown. And as the world watches, one question remains. Can this family survive its own fire? A bond once unbreakable. From beloved son to public outcast. How did it come to this? Prince Harry was once the golden boy of the monarchy. With his humor, charm, and connection to the public, he was seen as a valuable royal asset. After Princess Diana's death, Charles appeared to step up, helping his sons navigate unimaginable grief under the world's gaze. But as Harry grew into adulthood, his relationship with royal protocols and his father grew tense. His desire for autonomy clashed with Charles's expectations for duty and discretion. Behind palace doors, frustration mounted as Harry began making bold, independent moves. The birth of a modern prince turned into the exile of a royal rebel. And what once was love has now become strategy. The breaking point, Harry's latest defiance. What exactly did Harry do to push Charles over the edge? It wasn't the Oprah interview or even the release of Spare that finally tipped the scales. It was Harry's unauthorized meeting with key political figures during his visit to the UK. Royal insiders claim this act directly violated royal neutrality, a cardinal sin in the eyes of Buckingham Palace. Harry, acting without royal clearance, created political waves that put the palace in a precarious position. Charles was reportedly blindsided and saw this as the ultimate slap in the face. To operate like a royal while refusing royal duty? That was too much. It was an audacious move that forced Charles to act, not as a father, but as a monarch. Charles's silent but strategic response. Not with rage, but with royal precision, King Charles didn't retaliate with an explosive press statement. He didn't condemn Harry publicly. Instead, he quietly dismantled the few royal threads Harry still clung to. Invitations were rescinded, security clearances revoked, royal estate privileges quietly revoked. This wasn't an emotional reaction. It was a calculated act of preservation. Charles acted not to punish, but to protect the crown. One royal aide described it as a clean and surgical break. Even those closest to Harry began realizing this wasn't a phase. Charles had drawn a boundary, and it was one Harry couldn't cross again. The stripping of royal remnants. Harry's final thread to the monarchy snipped. Of all the decisions Charles made, one hurt Harry the most: the final removal of his honorary military titles. These were roles Harry cherished, having served in Afghanistan and deeply valued his bond with servicemen and women. It wasn't just a title, it was his identity, his pride, his mother's legacy. To have them stripped away felt like erasing a part of who he was. It symbolized a complete uncoupling from the institution he was born into. Even palace critics admit This was the most painful blow, and it came, not with a speech, but with silence. Meghan's shadow over the conflict. Is the divide only about father and son, or is there more? Though Meghan Markle has stayed quiet in recent months, her influence over Harry is undeniable. From the Oprah interview to their multi-million-dollar content deals, Meghan has helped architect their post-royal life. Many within the firm believe she emboldens Harry's decisions to confront rather than reconcile. Charles has reportedly expressed concern over this dynamic, even if he's never addressed it publicly. The Queen once famously said, "Recollections may vary." But for Charles, actions speak louder than statements. While Meghan isn't blamed directly, her presence is felt in every twist of this royal drama. And it's added layers to a conflict that was already impossibly complex. William takes a side. The future king stands firm beside the crown prince. William has become the pillar of royal continuity. Amid all the chaos, he's shown unwavering commitment to duty, and his support of Charles's recent decisions has not gone unnoticed. Sources close to the palace confirm that William fully backed the moves to distance Harry. He believes the institution must come first, even if it means letting go of his own brother. This has deepened the divide between the once close siblings. What was once a brotherhood forged in grief has become a chasm of silence. William isn't just preparing to be king, he's learning how to protect the throne. Public reaction, sympathy versus support. Is Harry a rebel or a rightful dissenter? Public opinion is as split as the royal family. Some admire Harry for leaving behind what they see as a rigid and outdated system. Others accuse him of hypocrisy, benefiting from royal ties while attacking the institution. Charles's response has also sparked debate. Was it cold, calculated, or simply necessary? Supporters of the king argue he showed restraint and dignity. Critics say he should have reached out as a father first. But in a monarchy built on perception, control is everything. And Charles seems to have chosen legacy over sentimentality. The court of public opinion remains divided, but fiercely engaged. The quiet isolation of a prince. Life outside the palace may not be as golden as it seems. Despite his high-profile appearances, Harry's new life isn't without its challenges. Isolation from royal tradition, separation from family rituals, and increasing scrutiny have weighed heavily on him. He's no longer protected by royal walls or royal expectations. Sources close to Harry say he misses aspects of his former life, especially the camaraderie of military service. Even in luxury, he remains cut off from the foundation that once grounded him. He has his platform, but not his roots. And slowly, the cost of that choice is revealing itself. Is reconciliation still possible? Or has this chess match ended in checkmate? Charles hasn't closed the door completely. Insiders say he'd still welcome a private conversation, away from cameras and book deals. But it would take humility, discretion, and trust. So far, those things have been in short supply. For reconciliation to happen, both men would have to shed pride and power. Harry would need to acknowledge damage done, while Charles would need to soften his stance. But right now, neither side is blinking. And the longer the silence stretches, the harder the bridge becomes to rebuild. What this means for the future of the crown. The legacy of Charles now includes this fracture. Charles always dreamed of a modernized monarchy, one that was streamlined, relevant, and less scandal-prone. But achieving that vision has come at a painful price. cutting ties with his own son is not just personal, it's symbolic. He's sending a message to all future royals. The crown comes first. This moment will be remembered not just as a family feud, but as a turning point in royal history. As the monarchy evolves, so does its definition of loyalty. And now, the question isn't whether Harry will return, but whether the monarchy would even let him. What do you think? Was Charles justified in his response, or did he go too far? Has Harry truly burned the final bridge? Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more royal drama, legacy clashes, and insider stories. Because in the House of Windsor, the crowns may be polished, but the wounds run deep, and history is being rewritten, one family fracture at a time.